Now let's start this question. You can see is medium level question, and then the question say we need to count ways to build good strings. So now there are two different ways in the rule we need to follow. So append the character 0 time, append the character 1 time. So this can be performed any number of times. And a good string is string constructed by about process having a length between the low and the high. You can see the good string having the length between low and the high. And then the answer may be large, right? So we need to return. It should be modeled by this number. And then we know here we only two number, right? So now how to solving this question, I would say we can use the dynamic programming. So now before we starting the logic, so we need to understand here. Because here say 0 equal to 1 mean we can put the one append 1 at a time. And the 1 also can append 1 at a time, right? But if the 1 is 2, which means we need to append double 1 at a time, a 0 and with double 1. Make sure the length should be between the low and the high, right? So now let's start this question. So we can make a decision tree. So why we do this one? Because we just only two choice, right? Because we need to append either 1, 0 and 1. So here we can append 0 and 1. Now, because the length of 0, the current string is 1, right? 1 is still less than a low, so we need to keep appending the 0 and 1. So now this one becomes 0, 1. Oh, sorry, it's 0, 0. 0 with 0, and the 0, 1. Here is 1. There is 1 with the 0 and the 1, 1. Now what about here? It's 0, 0, 0, 1. 0, 1, right? Now here it should be 0, 1, 0. And the 0, 1, 1. So here should be 1, 0, 0. And the 1, 0, 1. And then here is the 1, 1, 0. And the 1, 1, 1. So how many good string we have? A, right? You can see here. So how to do this solution? So actually we can create a DP array, the array with the size of 4, because we can use the high to define the size. So now in the index 0, we need to start from 1, and then here how many, for example, maybe in the good string is only length 1, how many choice we have? We have 2, right? How to get the 2? So actually you can see in this line, this label, we have 2 good string of length of 1. So how to get here? So we have one formula we need to follow. The first one is dp I equal to dp I minus 0. I minus number of 0. So we know here we append 0 at a time, right? Append single 1 at a time, right? So here it's 0. And then it should plus, because here only count the 0 number, the number of 0. We also need to count the number of 1, right? We need to sum up this. And then we got this formula. And then we use this formula, we get, okay. So because the current I is 1, if current I is 1, 1 minus number 0, how many 0 we have? is 1, right? 1 minus 1, we got a 0. So we need to find the index 0. So 1. And then what about this one? Also is 1, right? Because the 1 also occur, just append 1, which is only allow us to append single 1. So 1, I is equal to 1. 1 minus 1. So we also need to find the index 0. So 1 plus 1. Okay, we got a 2, right? So we put a 2 here. So we use this way to find next the number of good string of length of 2, right? So you can see here, actually we have 4 choice, right? Now here should be put 4. You can understand 2 plus 2. And what about this one? It's A. And then you can understand 4 plus 4. Why 4 plus 4? Because we have this one is for the 0. And this one, the second 4 is for the 1. So nature is the sum of 9. And then we got an A. Finally, we just return the A. So hopefully you can understand the logic. Now, first step, we need to create the high, the dynamic array. Now, make sure the first, we don't need to 0 with 1 because it's D4, right? And then we also need to provide the model. Now we need to go through the high. So make sure I greater than equal to the 0. Yes. We need to I equal to and I minus 0, the number of 0 we have, and then we need to multiply the mode because the number is getting large, so we need to cut it off. Now we second condition. Now here we need to count the number 1 here. Now when we finish this one, finally we need to return the number of we need to return the result. The low and the high, right? Alright. And then multiply mode. Here we also sum out other number of good string, right? So now this one getting large. So next we need to multiply the mode one more time. Here. Oh, a second. It's P, right? Now let's run it. Okay, you can see pass on the test case. So I would say the time complexity is B of n because the n is based depending on the high, right? Because we just run each number the high time, right? And then we also create the array. So array also is depending on the high. So I would say the space complexity is B of n. N is the high.